Hi guys, welcome back. So the England team is out. Some unexpected picks, it's mainly experience, but there are some exceptions. Possibly due to injury replacements, but I'll go through that in a minute. The pack in general is a little slower than I expected and hoped, but I see where they're going. It looks to me like England are going to play a very tactical game in their own half. They're going to go for a lot of kicking, I expect. They're going to expect and entice the French to run back at them, which is dangerous, but if they can catch them in their own half, they think this English pack can do a number on the French pack, especially at the set piece. It seems very, very clear by the way they pick the team. If that's not the case and the French break through on the counter, or they actually dominate the English pack in the set piece, then it looks like a French win to me, especially with the amazing French backs that they've got. But they go for a clear tactic there. They're going to try and grind France down, play the kicking game, put them under pressure, and let experience tell. However, we do have George Furbank in at 15. Now, if Anthony Watson hadn't been injured, surely he would have been in. So this one I think is a little bit enforced. However, why haven't England stayed with Daly at fullback and maybe put Ollie Thorley on the wing? Well, it seems to me either they rate Furbank a lot higher than Thorley, which I'm not sure they're that far apart, or Eddie Jones sees what a lot of fans have seen, that Daly isn't the greatest fullback, even though he's got strengths. His weaknesses mean that maybe it's time to look for a more specialist fullback. Now, what Furbank has, he's not the biggest guy, but he's a silky fullback. He's got all the skills, high ball defence, kicking, and he can join in the attack with the pace of a winger. You know, this is a great chance for him. If he plays well, he could be the 15 for most of the tournament. May and Daly on the wing is a great combo. Maybe Daly, is better on the wing. Plus, of course, you can bring him into the line, use his passing, use his kicking. So I'm very happy with that back three. Obviously, massive test on Furbank. Will France actually run it a bit less and test him with some high balls? We'll see. It would make sense, but maybe they've got a different game plan anyway. In the midfield, they have gone forward Farrell Tuolangi, as I had picked myself. There's not a huge amount of options there apart from playing Joseph at 13 instead. I am a little bit paranoid about Tuolangi's injury. Apparently it was just an adductor strain, but he's come back from a horrific injury where actually the symphysis pubis is separated, the pelvis is actually separated, and when he got that strain, he indeed thought it was all over, but luckily it's not. But I'm definitely paranoid about that as well. What we may well see though is Devoto come into 12. Ollie Devoto is actually quite a similar 12 to Farrell in a way, but he's a better 12 than Farrell. But Farrell does have, a better fly-half game, I would say, plus the leadership. So we may see Farrell move into 10 and Devoto go into 12, and maybe Joseph come into 13 as well, as actually. So we have very little in the way of 12 in England. If Devoto plays well, it's another big chance for him. But if they get ran out quite a lot, I'm a little bit worried about that defensive midfield against the unbelievable attack, Vakatawa, Teddy Tamar, those sorts of guys. It's a worrying game. Anyway, they've gone for experience mainly. Ben Youngs stays at 9. Loads of question marks on him, but he's experienced and he needs a big game, so I expect him to certainly try to really put up a big performance, so we'll see. Joe Marler comes in on the loose head. Now and Mako Vunipola's not in the squad at all. It seems like an injury replacement, or has Mako suffered for his poor display in the scrum in the World Cup? It seems very harsh. Surely he would have been on the bench anyway, even if they've gone for Marler scrummaging to start with. The good news is Genji's on the bench, who's a fantastic impact sub, and he's of the age where he should be at his peak very soon. Then George and Sinclair and a Toje, so high quality there, loads of experience. But another big shout, in the second row, Charlie Ewels comes in. Eddie Jones likes Charlie Ewels. I'm not sure he's the best going. Why is he in there instead of Cruz? Maybe he thinks physically he's got a bit more edge, he's got a bit more nastiness. And when you go with Toje, Ewels and Laws at 6, that's that extra grunt Eddie Jones may think he needs to get the edge on the French pack and at the set piece. Yours is a good scrummager in behind the tight head. Maybe that's it. What's your theory? Why is yours in instead of Cruz? Now, throughout the week, it was actually starting to look like Laws was going to start at 6. The rumours that were coming out, and it wasn't going to drop Underhill or Curry, so Curry moves to 8. Goodness me, Curry has gone from 7. They've trained him up as a 6 and a line-out jumper. Now he's got to play 8. Eddie Jones loves Curry. What a unbelievable task he has now to play international 8. But if anyone can do it, it looks like he can do it. And then on the bench, luckily, Cowan Dickey's back available. Genge, Stewart as a replacement tight head. Big baptism of fire there. He's a big lad. He's got pedigree. Let's see what he can do. What a place to do it. Cruz, loads of experience on the bench. The versatile and explosive Ludlam, which is a good sub. Hines, then Devoto, like I mentioned, and Joseph rounding it out, possibly covering the back 3 as well. Anyway, guys, it's a good team. I think there's a clear game plan there. I'm pretty nervous. I think it's a real close game, 50-50, maybe slightly to England. I think they're going to play that kick and press game, try and squeeze them at the set piece and up front. Will it work? Let me know what you think, and I will catch you after the first load of games, and I'll see you then.